Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. We're live.
Come
It's
on, man.
never a foul.
What we saying? What we saying? What we saying?
Oh
Come
my
on.
God. Let's
He
go,
ain't
let's
over
go,
yet.
people. Yes, how is everybody doing? Hamza smiling again. George is here to cook the guys, of course.
Come on, man.
Specs is here with us.
Anyone, bro.
No, Cass.
Always.
Don't you start, my friend.
Anyone, bro.
Don't you start, my friend.
You
Mr.
can't cook
Title
no one.
Challengers.
You
Mr.
mean
Title
challenges?
Challengers.
Oh, no. Is that what we do?
Start, my bro.
Have you not noticed, yeah, Tottenham, have gone from
Coming for you today.
Tottenham have gone from being top of the league this season to being unbeaten in the league, and we're still not doing this. To what was the next one? Top 4 Champions League to Europa League to Premier.
I wouldn't be
And how about
talking
this?
so nice.
Wait,
That Champions League spot was guaranteed.
hold on. Tell me you're getting European football.
You told me that Champions League spot was guaranteed, bro.
Yeah, it still is.
You said it's guaranteed.
But it still is.
Mad.
But George,
Quaking in the
wait,
boots.
you can't talk specs because yours isn't either. So let me.
Wait, but that's why I said it's mad. That's why I said it's mad. What you're saying, bro?
Yeah,
I'm nervous too.
Yeah, backtracking. FC.
Bro,
But this
you're nervous, Cass. You're nervous. I'm nervous, bro.
This man right here might not even have a sniff, not even Conference League, and you didn't even win that last time out. Shocking, isn't it? Don't ever come for me. No Tottenham fan can ever come for me. Never. You ain't even beat us this season.
You don't look so comfy in your own ends, bro.
Wait, have you beat anyone? Oh yeah, wait, you beat City on this panel. But who else have you beat?
Who have you beat? Coming from Man United, Mister. How many wins have you had against the top 9?
We beat you,
How many
man.
wins have you had against the top
We
9?
beat Arsenal. We beat actually we beat everyone
Away from home.
Away from home. Long story.
0.
Or have you?
0.
Wait, have you?
0.
Wait, George. Who have you beat away from home?
You don't give me jokes.
0 wins, my
Oh,
friend.
George, answer my question. Who have you beat away from home?
0 wins, my friend.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Hamza, can you answer my question for me? Since the Tottenham fan doesn't want to do it. Who have Tottenham been in the top 6 this year? Actually, even top 10 away from home or anything like that? Crystal Palace? They're not even top 10. I'm waiting.
They're beating us.
Gonna be all day, bro.
I'm just saying. Oh, hi, Mo. Hi, Specs.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yo.
Yeah. This is what I'm
Dude,
saying.
George is coming with like fire, bro. Like we
Man,
stopped
holiday.
behind,
His
dude.
chest.
Oh yeah,
What's that?
he's behind the scene. He's like, I'm waiting for Cass and Ty. He's
Who's
ready,
waiting?
bro. He's
Who's
ready, bro. He's
No.
ready.
You're not waiting for nobody, bro.
My season's done. You can't shame the shameless, and I'm coming for you because you're joining us, bro.
Mad.
You're joining
Oh,
us.
man.
You're
Mad.
joining us. Come on, man. Come on, bro. You're coming. You're coming.
George,
That Champions League spot is not comfy at all.
George, you know the funny thing is, it's 10 years on Saturday since Fergie left and he did that mad speech about, don't worry, I'll be here through victories and success. There's been nothing. 10 years of failure.
It's been 10 years since.
Those 10 years.
It's also been 10 years since Hamza's been supporting Man
We can,
City.
we can do a minute silence for that 10 years, man.
A
I
decade.
remember that moment.
Everyone knows you didn't used to support City, bro. There's no point in keep doing all your fact checks on Paul Dick of a man them back in the day and Dice Hammond and that.
Oh, no.
Oh,
But
please.
yesterday, Cass, yesterday, someone fired a question and Terry told Hamza, you're going to answer in 5 seconds, right? 5 seconds. And he didn't show him the question. And he told him, who was the Man City manager in 2005? And this guy answered in a heartbeat, like he was waiting for it.
Who was your manager back then?
That guy, Stuart Pearce, man.
It was Stuart Pearce, isn't it? Yeah, I was thinking it was Stuart Pearce, and then my man who got battered like a couple years later. I can't remember by Middlesbrough, like 8-2 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, I don't know, but
Come on, man.
Oh, man, what were he saying, guys? Hey, Specs, what are you saying about we're gonna humble Arsenal? Oh my God, the chest that's
bro, I've been getting up, bro. Please, man. I thought that smoke, man. That's old news now. Are we still doing it? I've been getting it from everywhere, bro. I've gone into hiding. That's
You're
how
gonna get
deep
it.
it is,
Probably
bro.
you're gonna get it until you win another game. You winning again.
Brother, I'll be getting on all socials, man, in personals, WhatsApps, bro, even on the streets. Like, I don't even live in Newcastle. I live in London, bro. And I'm with my shirt proud, and I got people like, oh, it's like, boy.
So again, it's Leeds away. Oh, Sam Allardyce away. I'm not.
Yeah, that's all hype. But the Allardyce factor and all that.
I don't think so. I really
No,
don't. I
you don't think what?
seriously don't think it's gonna be an easy game for you. They might get a point, and now it's wide open.
No, I don't think it's going to be necessarily easy, but I believe in our spirit. We know we have to win. It's getting techie that Liverpool are getting excited and doing their look. Cause they've got no pressure on them, innit? They're doing the chasing. Man United are flopping back to back.
This guy can't make it because he's ill, anyways. Specs, if you bottle top 4, you'll be hearing from me. But wait. Months. Are you not? Months has been doing the game by game FC. I'll wait till next game. Yeah, cool.
No. Wait, who should
put this comment down here? Come on, man.
Well, Months is on to man, yeah? Okay. All right, then.
People, man.
Well, we'll see. Innit?
Let me ask you an uncomfortable question. Do you think you'll be in Leeds away this weekend?
Like I said, bro. Oh, yes. Yeah, I do think so, yeah. I think so. But it's not going to be some necessarily an easy ride. Their crowd is mental. Like, you got to rate their home crowd and stuff. They played pretty decent at times. Like, I thought they were going to get roller coasted by City, but they never. You know what I'm saying? So they've got a little confidence in themselves, I suppose, but I can't see them winning. I can't see them winning against us. I can't.
They don't need to win. They can get a point and you'll be in trouble.
Who? Newcastle?
No. Leeds. If they get a point,
I know. That's what I'm saying.
You're still in trouble.
And that's what I'm saying. Sam Allardyce knows that against a team like Newcastle, all he needs a point. And we all know how Sam Allardyce plays.
He's gonna
pack that back line. So it's
going to be a 4-5-1 or something crazy.
Literally, I went impossible to break through. And you probably will get a goal, but I just see Leeds. They're going to get a point, man. I see them like just rallying.
You think so?
They need it. It's a big game for them. They know they've got West Ham, then they got us.
Yeah.
So
how many points are they
in the games? And Newcastle's obviously not an easy game at all, but they're going to need to step up.
But it's a big game for us as well, bro. It's a big moment in our history. Like, we can't bottle this now, bro. Like, can you imagine? Like, you will never see them in the final again.
Like the floor with them, but at their ground, I feel like it's just a lot to play for, and this is a game where they're gonna need a point, and I think they'll get it.
It's gonna be a tricky one. It's an early kickoff as well, so pressure's on.
Wow, it's the early kickoff. Oh wait, last
time
you lost to Aston Villa like 3-0, innit?
That's what I'm saying. I don't like them away games, early kickoffs. We're a bit funny when we're doing that. Like, it's always something that doesn't go right. So I just hope they don't party out too much.
If you lose that, Specs, you know you got Brighton next as well.
Yeah, I'm not really scared of Brighton, bro. Just them away ones. Like, I'm just a bit at home. I don't really fear no one. Obviously, we lost to Arsenal and Liverpool.
The way that Arsenal play football, you're not worried that Brighton could come there and move the ball about St James's now.
No, I don't really.
Let's say if they lose against Arsenal, then that rage, the fearful Brighton, the real Brighton, as De Zerbi's gonna keep saying, is going.
Yeah, I saw what he said. Yeah. But
why are you doing all of this, Cass? Because they done the double.
You know what it is? It's like
they've done the double over you this season, sir.
Yeah, I hear that, but many teams have done the double over you this season, so don't do that.
No,
George, we beat him when it mattered. We got.
Wait, but I'm not here trying to rub out Brighton. You're trying to go, oh, the mighty Brighton.
No.
In
the meet,
George, you don't talk about
Brighton.
George, don't talk about Brighton. You robbed Brighton in a daylight where you shouldn't be even getting a point. You don't dare to talk about.
They're rubbish. I think they're a great team.
Okay, great.
I guess what? We beat them. That's how Man United didn't do this season. So, referee or not,
three goals. You literally robbed them of 3 goals, not once, not twice. But anyway, people, we got 180 of you here, and we're not even on 50 likes. That's embarrassing, people. Embarrassing, people. Hit that like button. I know the conversation is great. These guys are ripping into each other, but the like button is very important to us. It looks like this. It's free. It doesn't cost you a penny, but it helps us massively.
And once I want you to suffer a little bit more. I can't lie. That flu you got can stay there, just for a little while longer while you support Liverpool and still got chest. There you go.
Come on.
I think Newcastle. I think Newcastle's gonna get easy top 4, and I think this will be historic for Newcastle. Once they get top 4, I said it before. I see Newcastle winning the league before Man United. I've always said it, 100%. Because
Heard that before, but I don't know.
That they will invest very smart. You guys, your investment has not worked out. Your acquisition has not worked out. Your hunger, desire hasn't worked out. And I'm being honest, as a fan, I fear these guys because it's like a snake that you don't think they're poisonous, and that snake is dangerous. At least I know that cobra is united, but that cobra is an old cobra. You see what I'm trying to say? Newcastle are a dangerous side to me. My future, and I was speaking to Real Madrid fans today. We'll talk about I said Newcastle are a threat but you just need to make smart acquisition. You're gonna get top 4. Don't worry about it.
Okay, Hamza, can I ask you a question then?
You're gonna join that big club.
Hamza, let me ask you something then, because
Yeah,
Newcastle in the top 4 right now, they should be getting top 4 if they don't have bottled it. That's what we would say. Okay, they make acquisitions because they're gonna get Champions League football, but everything's sunshining on Eddie Howe right now. You're saying that you think they can win the league before Man United, for example. You think Newcastle are a threat, but is Eddie Howe the manager to take them to that next level?
No.
So then what's going to happen then? Are they going to come for them to get a new manager?
They need to be They have to be smart. You have to say thank you very much. There's your payday.
So you let go of Eddie Howe while he's even on top.
But I hate that narrative.
Uncomfortable conversations.
I hate that narrative though. Yes, he can be the man until if it goes wrong. Do you get what I'm saying? It can't just be like, I'm not on this Chelsea flex where like you can win a trophy or finish fourth, but it's like, oh, we're gonna try for the new guy or the better guy. I'm not on that. Newcastle was a different flex at the moment. I don't know how the hierarchy will be in the future, but right now, why can't Eddie be that guy? He's done it so far.
Yeah, but you might make a mistake like what Spurs did. The Arsenal might be now doing the same mistake. Arteta took them to a level. Now you need that manager that will win you the trophies. You know what I mean? Like the likes of Pep, like these guys win you something. You know, Eddie Howe might develop the squad, get your players playing fantastic football, but he might not be the guy. I'm not sure. You might be making a big mistake, to be honest. Spurs did it, and look at them now in the dumps. Look at them.
Wait. One sec. Can you repeat that for me quickly? Because I got Said on my WhatsApp right now, and I didn't hear that. Did you talk about Eddie Howe getting replaced?
Yeah, no, not me. They are. Yeah.
Oh hell no.
That's what I'm saying, bro. But I hear what you're saying, Mo.
Cass. I said to Hamza, is Eddie Howe the manager to take them to beat challenging for titles and stuff like that? So I said, if a manager's going to change, then obviously that means Newcastle are going to have a dip for Eddie Howe to get rid of. And expect to say, why can't he be the manager that takes us to the top? That's why I asked Hamza, because Hamza said they're the next big threat. So is Eddie Howe the manager to make them that?
I feel like the big difference between Eddie Howe and something that he hasn't had the experience of at the moment is managing big egos, big players. At the moment, they are, again, a club that they're still punching above their weight. No disrespect, but being in the Champions League and finishing there for your first time, it's like, oh, we're here now. Next season, you're going to see if Eddie Howe can really handle.
But will he sign egos, George?
But that's what I'm saying, because he was characters, he said first.
We see a very big example of Graham Potter this season. Everyone thought he was ready. He goes into a big team where there's a lot of expectation and they're playing in the Champions League or a lot of big players, and they find it hard to get right and they find it hard to control. I feel like if Newcastle go in and when you're in the Champions League, naturally you're going to attract those bigger players and you're going to go for those bigger names. Once those bigger names join, I think Eddie Howe might struggle handling them as well as pushing the team.
Yeah, but remember, Potter, he inherited that mess of all that. Get me? But Eddie Howe's already there. You got a little point. I hear what you're saying, but he's already there. Do you get what I'm saying? So he's going to have a say. He still believes in characters before ability first. That's his motto. So I don't know how it's going to work. It's going to be interesting. And you made a fair point, brother, but I don't know, man.
Let me say, Specs, you need to back your manager a lot more. If you want to be on this rivals panel a lot more and replace Chelsea,
brother, I've been backing this guy. No, but I like a balanced conversation, innit? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I've been backing, I've been onto how when other stations were laughing at him, and you get me, even some of our own fans weren't on it. I was on how before the takeover even existed. There was something about him, bro. And he's actually come in and done what I dreamed that he could do with a little bit of help. You get me?
Don't you think you, man, asking that questions is slightly a bit disrespectful, though? Like, come on, all right, cool. Hear me out on this part then. Eddie Howe has just taken Newcastle from bottom relegation sides a year and a half ago with not much investment that we all expected them to get. It's been in phases and got them into top 3 currently. Even if they were to finish 5th, it doesn't even matter. You're telling me there's not a manager in there that's got some sort of tactics or something that's made the club. Not only has he made the team better, but he's made the club feel great. That's in the fan base. What were we even talking about?
We thought the same about Brendan Rodgers, though, didn't we?
Brendan Rodgers, I was going to come to that.
But I speak the same about Man United and how Eric Ten Hag makes the fans feel as a collective. So on my part, it's not just that side; it's off the pitch. It's not just much on the pitch. And Eddie Howe, I think he deserved the chance to prove himself.
That's what I'm saying.
From there, and I know I'm a slight little biased because I want an English manager to do well, man. Not just not only because I'm half English as well, but the fact is, it's weird how the Premier League has been around for 30 odd years now, and never has an English manager ever won it, and that annoys me. I want Newcastle to win it under Eddie Howe, but Eddie Howe's got something. He's got something about him. Like for me, anyways, personally. And like,
you know, I think the difference is his role cast, though.
You said egos tight, yeah, but Arteta got rid of those egos and filled in ones with less. So what's the difference between Arteta
and this is the difference for me, right? Because what George is saying about Potter going to Chelsea and he couldn't really handle the egos. The difference for me is that Eddie Howe's come into Newcastle and made them what they are. So he's already got the respect because he's the one that took them there. Whereas Chelsea were always up there doing their thing. So Potter's walked in and everyone's like, right, let's see what you can do, Potter. Eddie Howe's the reason you could say as the manager gets the credit, of course, that's taken them into the Champions League places. It signed these players. So for me, he's already got that respect. That's the difference, George, for me with him and Potter. Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, what about Brendan Rodgers then? Rodgers, look up Brendan Rodgers' record, yeah? This is the same thing I was hearing a lot. Like, I remember, the thing is, I'm giving an advice. Like, would I ever? I remember when we linked, Eddie Howe, the future great manager. I said, nah, come on. There's level to this game, man. Literally. You have to have experience. The likes of...
So what are we saying Eddie Howe's capped level is then? What is it? So he gets
third. That's what I'm saying.
Champions League. Where do we go from here then?
Top 4. That's the biggest achievement we'll ever get.
Wow. That's cool, bro.
That mark my words, I'm saying.
That's cool, bro.
Biggest achievement
I agree, by
we will ever receive.
Why? Why do you say that, bro? Why? Why do you think that happens?
He's never done. My guy came from Bournemouth, man.
You start somewhere, bro.
Us Man United fans, the difference about top 4 and winning the league is a big difference. The difference between second and third.
Can't stand you, City, man. You know, you sick. You City, man. You sick.
Managers.
Yeah, Specs started to come out.
You know, spoiled, man. You man are spoiled, bro.
When we had managers like before Mark Hughes, yeah, we got rid of him and we got Mancini. But Mancini had the credentials that he had achieved something at Inter Milan. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. That's what we got him. First year, 5th place. Second year, 3rd. But you could see he's got winning mentality. He's won someone. He knows. As well, if I'm a player, let's say, for example, you sign big players in Champions League. If I'm a big player, I'll say, you've never won anything as a player. Listen, you've never
won. You see the progress, though. You might want to go on the journey.
You've never been a top manager, so I don't care. They have this arrogance. Great players have this arrogance. I'm better than you. That's why they didn't respect Graham Potter.
We don't want no arrogance.
We're not City, bro. We're not City, bro.
No, it's not.
We're not going to get deducted points and end up in the championship for all kind of madness and whatever potential madness foolery you've been doing, bro. You get me? We're different, bro.
You have to be arrogant. Look how I am. I am different now to how I
behaved. Of course you are.
I'm not arrogant. Yeah? I've achieved because I've seen success. When you're a big club, you become different. You become arrogant. You think you're better than others. I can punch bags with Real Madrid.
You achieved because
this is horrible, bro.
Under the table. There, but you need to make smart decisions.
So sack him then. Okay, so we sack him in the summer. Okay, thanks, Eddie. Top 4, top 3.
Saying sack him in the summer, but what we're basically saying is that next season, you're going to see that the Champions League is just going to prove too much. Yeah. A lot of managers have it. I think Arteta, it might happen too. I don't think it's going to be as bad, and they won't get rid of him. But I think people are going to see the light. When you play in the Champions League, the creme de la creme, the biggest competition of them all, it shows a lot of managers up, and it shows, you can beat the teams in the same league, but when you're going against the biggest teams in European football, you're not really turning it up. And I think, look, it happened to Leicester. They won the league, You saw what happened in Champions League. They had an all right one. Once they come against a big team, they got shown well one. And the same thing's going to happen. Newcastle, I'm not trying to take away.
But Leicester lost a lot of players, though. Didn't really invest.
I'm not going to try to.
Let me play devil's advocate.
Wait. I'm not trying to take away from what they will do in the future after that. But I think Eddie Howe will not be able to push them on. You're going to see in the Champions League, it's going to be too much. And managing the Champions League and the Premier League at the same time. I don't think he's going to be able to.
I don't know, man. I don't know yet.
Let me add something. Joe, let me add something. Jose Mourinho, before he won the Champions League with Porto, was nobody. He won the Europa League with Porto, non-squad. Why can't Eddie Howe, as an English manager, do this? I'm not saying that Eddie Howe is the one that takes them next level. And I still think that maybe if they want instant success, they should get someone like Luis Enrique tomorrow. That's what I think.
I'm not on that.
Let me just finish. But I think Eddie Howe deserved to be given a chance. The problem is, how long is this chance? Can you give him a chance 3-4 years?
I'm not being funny, but he just got to a Carabao Cup final in his first full season with a squad that's got Dan Burn in it.
So you think he should be given a chance for like 2-3 year project, build a squad, and then we'll go from there?
It depends how it goes, isn't it? So, like, if it's progressing, I get what you're saying though, because it's a bit scary that, like, okay, let's say we finish in the top 3 and go to the Champions League. It's like the ceiling's higher than then what's next? You can't go lower, so it's a bit tricky, but. You never know, man. We just have to see.
Imagine they've already got one of the best young strikers in the world currently in Alexander Isak, one of the most complete strikers, to be fair, because there's not many of them around currently. They got experience in Kieran Trippier. He's done some stuff. They got, I think, Sven Botman, another young, great defender.
Yeah, upcoming,
He's upcoming. He's not even upcoming. He's coming into a very good age. Very good age. It was similar to John Stones when he first moved, if I'm being honest. Who else is there? Bruno Guimaraes, and they're about to go. And let's be honest, they're probably going to go sign James Maddison. They're probably going to go get a bit better than Almiron. They're only upgrading little bits by bits. That means their squad's going to get a little bit better. And if anything, they can become really dangerous because let's say James Maddison and Eddie Howe seems like they'll fit like a pairing. But I get what timing when it comes to the other odd pairings. Is he going to manage those egos that do have the bit of better ability? And can he manage them? But do we not think that Eddie Howe is quite good with players?
He's man
management.
Yeah,
man management. It seems like it.
Are we all putting the bias on? It's because he's an English manager as well.
I'm not taking into consideration the fact he's English. To be honest, I just feel like to go to that next level, I just feel like you need experience. And I don't feel like you go from battling relegation to, next team you're going to take him into the Champions League, but you're not going to take them to be title winners. And we see Tottenham made the mistake. We had Pochettino. We held him. We held on for him for a long while, and you could see the team went up and then it went down and it went up and it went down. With Newcastle, I feel like because of the new backing and stuff that you have, Eddie Howe's not going to get that chance. He's not going to get the chance to go up and down, up and down. It's once he goes up, he's going to have to continue to go up, or they're going to bring someone else in who can take them that much further. Because Newcastle's aim is to win a league within the next 5 to 10 years. It's not to keep battling and challenging for top 4. And like me and Hamza said, I just feel like that's going to be Eddie Howe's level. It's going to be challenging for top 4. And look, you got it this season amazingly. No one can take that away from you. If you do go and do it, it's a great season. Yeah. And he probably should be manager of the year. And that's what I would say. But next season is really going to be, for me, his make or break year because he's got to prove to go and do it again.
He put pressure. Yeah. I heard you saying it's tricky.
He set the bar now. He set the bar.
Yeah. Boy, techie man. It's techie man. But I'll agree with him anyway.
5 minutes on Newcastle, but cool. Let's spin it to Tottenham then. Let's talk
No. How about we go to the other side, a bit more further up north?
No. Because you know what? Of course, we're going to talk on Man City again. We done it last night. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's actually a funny stream.
No, he was talking about Man United.
You talking about Man United?
Wasn't he? He was talking about Man United.
To be fair, me and Ty just come off Man United stream. I'd rather wait for that towards a little bit further.
Yeah, that was chaos.
Yeah, because that was chaos. Bro, that was chaotic, fam. Like honestly, if there were people I just met randomly in the street with someone, hey, bro, we're not going to talk no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
8 man chopping it.
But they're good guys. But let's spin it to Tottenham, man. We ain't spoke about Tottenham in a while, like because a lot of your fan base decide they want to duck, whether it's on holiday or pretend that they're ill, Sean, or something when their team is going crap. You know what I mean? Like, so what's going on with you lot? Because there's potential talk that you might be getting replaced in this whole top 6. No, making it.
Replaced by who?
Isn't it
I'm hearing
obvious?
potential talk. Replaced by
Isn't
who?
it obvious? I mean, specs. You want to sharp your shirt?
What? Because then Chelsea's not here, so what are we on about?
Yeah, but Chelsea's got pedigree.
Yeah, relevant right now.
It don't mean nothing. Chelsea are they're in the bottom half of the
season,
table.
but they got pedigree though. They got Champions Leagues and stuff. They'll be
bad
better.
as bad as we are.
Do you think you're actually gonna get better? No, honestly, do you think you're gonna get better next season?
That's a good question, Cass. That's actually a good question.
Real talk. Yeah.
So next season, look, you can look at the past two parts. Last season for me was still a bit of like a failure season. We've been bad for a few seasons now, and it's just been getting worse and worse and worse. Next season, the team can only get better for me personally. There's a lot of things that and a lot of realizations that's going to come to the board, to the managers, to the players. And you even see the way Harry Kane's talking and some of the players are talking. It's like, and even Mason said it, they're fighting for their jobs. The players are literally fighting for their jobs at this moment in time. The last couple of games, we're going to see where we are at, and we're going to assess the team after this. Whichever manager comes in is going to have a full assessment of the team. I don't think we're going to do a mass clear out. Of course, it takes a few years to get rid of players, but the key players that have been hurting us for years, the likes of Eric Dyer,
First name,
Ben Davies, or not so much.
Yeah,
Ben
he's
Davies,
actually been all
no,
right.
Davis is all right.
Yeah,
though.
that's what I was gonna say. Not so much Ben Davies, but the mainly.
Wait. Is he Tottenham quality? Is that what you man are saying? Because he's all
No,
right.
I'm not saying that. I'm not. I've thought he's been a bad player for years. We've had him for nearly 10 years, but Dyer and Lloris, mainly two big players, have been a part of our failure and being heading up our failure, part of the leadership group and all that rubbish. I feel like we need a big change, and a manager's going to come in, make those changes. If it's Nagelsmann, I've got belief. If it's not, we'll see who it is and we can assess.
Can I ask you a question, George? Because I want to see what you define as better. Because you've got Man United, Chelsea, you've got City, you've got Liverpool, you've got Newcastle. Okay, that's 5 or 6 there. What are you going to forget your league position this year in case you finish 7 or 8? You've got Aston Villa that might try and sneak and break past you, for example. Right now, we're talking. What do you define as better? Where you finish in the league next season or your performances on the pitch?
A bit of both. I feel like the performances on the pitch will be the biggest part of it. I need to see the.
But what if your performances are better, but you still finish 7th or 8th because the others have got better? Will you still be happy with that?
I just want to see mass improvement on the pitch. I'm not with regards to
so yours is on the pitch and not league position.
I still want to be at the league position. We still need to be challenging. For me, I still see that we're a big club, and any manager that comes in needs to realize that you're at Tottenham Hotspur. You ain't at bloody Aston Villa. You ain't at
same thing,
Brentford.
really.
And no, you're not at these smaller clubs where you can get away with finishing 9th or 10th, being mid-table. It's not like that. You have to finish in the top 6, and top 6 is bare minimum. Once you finish 6th, it's a bad season, but don't get me wrong. If we finish 6th from that, we've got a manager, and you could see that there's a lot of changes are happening. We're bringing in a new director of football. We've got a new manager, and we've got trying to get rid of a lot of the bad players and get rid of the squad. And there's a lot of changes that happen. And we finish 6th, but we're playing great football. As long as I can see the progression into the next season after, because I know next season we're not going to do anything amazing. I can't expect that much of this team. But the season after that, I need to be going into that season thinking this team can do something. And that's the way that we thought it was going with Antonio Conte. Unfortunately, it didn't, because we didn't give him what he needed. But with the next manager, that's the way it needs to be. So a failure for me would always be finishing outside the top 6. But the performances on the pitch are going to be key next season, because we've been watching this bad defense.
So you're saying the top 6 is a success then now for Tottenham?
I said it's bare minimum. Don't change my words.
No, because you've been glowing about Champions League for the last 5 years or whatever it is, and then
but it's always top 6. It's always been the bare minimum. Top 4, of course. But if we're going to be bringing in a new manager, if we're bringing in a new manager, I'm not going to expect a new manager to come in and get top 4 instantly, not knowing what this squad can be and if they're going to get the players they need.
So basically, what you're trying to say is that Tottenham fans now have realized their level.
What do you mean?
All of a sudden, because you've been giving chest all season. You've been talking about.
I don't get it. Don't
do that, because my season isn't finished, and my season ain't going to be finished even next year. But with you, man, it sounds like George is for the first time on Never a Foul talking context and some sense and realizing Spurs level is literally 6th, 7th.
I don't really get that, because as Hamza was
you man don't want like
since Alex Ferguson's left, we've finished in the top 4 the same amount of time.
No, yeah, but that goes to show level. That goes to show levels though, because we won stuff. Even we've been crap, we've still won some stuff. Have you?
again. So you've won some poor trophies, and those trophies haven't projected you into the places that you should be. But taking it back to Tottenham,
and top four hasn't projected you into anything but a new stadium and a new F1 track.
Look, again, our bare minimum will always be top 6. Top 4 is always going to be the aim. Bringing in a new manager, let's be real. Cass, at the start of this season, none of you Man United fans were saying top 4 bare minimum. Top 4, this is the aim. You said if we get top 4, it's a overachievement and it's a very good season. Because you were like, we're going to aim for. A lot of Man United fans said that because your first season was a lot of new changes, and you spent nearly 200 million on all of his players. So really,
the difference is, but you spent about 160 million. You ain't that far off, G, bro. Like actually, to be fair,
and our season's a big failure. Our season's a big failure.
Anyways, no. But this is the difference. We want to build on stepping stones. Go get top. Like let's see something and build from there. Whether it's 5th in a trophy, that's what I said. I can back me up on that. I said I want 5th in a trophy, and he said, "What you spent from 10 August first?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, as a Man United
top 6 in a trophy, we're cool with that."
So, anyways, and I want to build off of that. But you're talking every season, the bare minimum is like 6th place.
No, I'm talking about going into. Don't do that.
You talk about building up.
As you know, at the start of this season, what did I say at the start of this season?
You haven't built off nothing. You ain't built off anything.
Wait, Cass, what did I say at the start of this season? We were doing streams. You know, I said top 4 bare minimum. I said we're getting top 4, and if we don't get top 4, it's a failure. We don't get top 4. Next season, just like you've said, just there of your own mouth, with a new manager, I'm going to be expecting at least a Europa League place, as well as if we're in the Conference League, we need to go and win the Conference League. Like we need to win that. Maybe not FA Cup and Elite Cup. I'm not going to put pressure on the team because they can't handle that pressure. But if we're in the Conference League, I would expect us to go out there and win it. No doubt about that in my mind. If we did,
I like that mentality, by the way. You know, when people are saying, "Oh, we're too big for your Conference League," no, you go out there and you try and win it. My boy, the Spurs fan, was saying the same thing at work today, George. My boy, the Spurs fan, saying the same thing. We're getting that. We want to go and win it. Simple.
Yeah.
Jones, do you think like you guys were backing Eric Dyer? What's made you change your mind?
I've not backed Eric Dyer, man. Don't.
2 years ago, I was attacking this guy and he used to defend him, and now you say
3 years ago,
you want Eric Dyer out of shop.
He's criminal, man.
I've probably got tweets going back to like 2018. Eric Dyer has been the bane of my life for years. He was never good enough for Pochettino. We bought him as a right back. He wasn't a good right back.
He played DM for Pochettino when he comes.
He went DM because he wasn't a good enough centre back, but he could move the ball. So he went DM and he would cover the centre back, the back line of Vertonghen and Alderweireld, 2 world-class centre backs. So it made him look good. They made him look good. And now he's our centre back in our leadership group. It honestly makes me feel so like disgusting inside. And I heard him say something along the lines, "I want to get buried at White Hart." Like never in his life should he ever deserve that privilege. Buried outside the Tottenham Stadium. Nah.
Would you take Harry Maguire?
Would I take him over Dyer? Yeah, but I wouldn't take him at my club. Nah, he's poor, man.
What, even for like 40 million, would you not take him?
Laporte. I don't need another English bozo in my team.
You're not mocking, man.
I would say Laporte.
You remember when City tried to get Harry Kane for Laporte and Bernardo Silva? Remember that?
I would have took that.
Remember?
That was
Wait, you tried to ship off Bernardo Silva? That's an L.
I actually remember that a couple of years back, you know, Hamza.
3 years ago. I think it was Sterling or Laporte or Bernardo and Laporte.
I think it was Bernardo and Laporte. Yeah, I think it was
Bernardo and Laporte.
That's crazy.
And they refused. They rejected it. They rejected it.
Well, I think, George, if you don't get a top manager, I think you're gonna drop out of everything. I think your level is gonna drop because you're not gonna get big players. You're gonna sell Harry Kane most likely, and then if you don't get a manager like Nagelsmann and Luis Enrique, and you go for like a mediocre manager like Brendan Rodgers, I don't think you're going anywhere.
Brendan Rodgers isn't even on our list. He's the only other names I've heard.
Who's on the list?
Okay, I can tell you right now. The top 2 candidates at the moment are Enrique and Nagelsmann, as well as Xabi Alonso is there. The Xavi talk is a load of rubbish because Xavi wouldn't leave Barcelona. But,
I want to know.
As well as that, it's Arne Slot and then Ante
Company.
What about Alonso? I heard about
just on the league.
He just said Alonso. Yeah, he said Xabi Alonso.
No, but he said Xabi from Barca. Some people
candidates as well, and I wouldn't mind looking at Xabi Alonso. He's doing a very good job. Leverkusen, and that would obviously be a more wild pick. Like you don't really know what can happen, but it's a very good prospect and a very good manager that I wouldn't mind.
But what makes you think that you're bored and Daniel Levy is gonna back any manager based on what?
And that's what I don't.
Oh yeah, no Champions League as well.
Yeah, I don't really know what to expect with that one. Like again, we have to go into the summer. We need to see who we bring in as a new director of football. We need to see. I guess Nagelsmann, if he comes in and he's already asked for for stuff clauses to be put into his contract to give him that control over transfers. So he's demanding a lot more than other managers wouldn't. That's what I want. I want a manager to come in who's going to demand a lot from the club and to have that written.
But Antonio Conte tried that. And Conte tried that. Conte tried that and it didn't work.
I feel like Conte is different because we're going to have Conte. We paid him a lot of money. Like he's one of the most. He was like the second highest paid manager in world football. Nagelsmann won't be that. So I feel like we'd be willing to take the risk with a manager like Nagelsmann because you know he's going to be there for a couple of years. You know he's going to be there to stay, and he's a real project manager, someone that wants to build something and not just come in, win something, and dip out. So with Conte, it was just a bit more like. I can see why they wouldn't do it with Nagelsmann, someone who's more understanding, willing to take the plan B option and just build around. He doesn't want specific players. He wants player types and archetypes. He just wants a player that plays this way, and he's a bit more flexible.
All right. What about Mason? No Mason, no. No, I'll be serious.
He's got a good talk. I'll say that.
No, you know why? You know why I say that? Yeah, I know I might sound crazy, but I have to think how I want to think. Innit? I just feel like, you've tried all these guys. You get what I'm saying, bro? I'm just like, where do you go? Like, does it have to be a name or so? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, where else can you go now? Like, you get what I'm saying?
I'd like to see Mason go and take a Champions League.
That's that point
Championship club. Let's
you say
go.
Ollie?
That's that point Ollie doing Ollie.
Oh.
Really
but
Ollie actually won that, and then
at least Ollie got to the quarterfinal of the Champions League, bro.
And finished second.
You know what? My boy at work said that his Nagelsmann was his first choice. I said, who's his second? Because obviously I was intrigued as well. And he said Ryan Mason was his second choice. He said his way. You know what he said? I haven't watched the Spurs' last couple of games because I haven't been on TV, George. But he said his ability to like change in game, like he's changed a few formations around, and he said that like in terms of the player profiles, he actually understands them.
Liverpool, innit? To be fair, he done exactly the same.
That's what I'm saying.
His in-game management to come back against us, against Liverpool as well. So he said actually gets the players. He's actually an underrated coach, but of course he hasn't been given that platform.
I do feel like.
What does that sound like though? That's exactly like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He changed.
I wouldn't want it. Cass, you know what?
I leave. He doesn't have to pay him a penny.
As a Spurs fan, I wouldn't want that. But it's crazy. It's not crazy now because that's a few Spurs fans that have actually said, you know what, I see a bit of what Ryan Mason's trying to do, but of course it would be my first choice. But a few of them are not like him.
He's got to prove himself and do the doggy work like a lot of these managers typically do anyways, obviously with the exceptional few. Got to do his doggy work down in League One or like
before
he thinks he can take charge of Tottenham. I've got a question for you though, yeah? You might need funds next season. You might only have like 100 million to your budget, yeah? Let's say 100 million is your budget or 120 or whatever it might be. Are you selling Harry Kane to up that budget?
This is my hot take, and I've been saying it for a while, man. For me, I'm willing to let go of Kane. I'm willing to see that chapter out. I'm willing to see something new because at this moment in time, Harry Kane hasn't won us a trophy. He's not been the guy to take us to the next level. And if it means to let him go to United for 100 million, it means let him go. At the end of the day, I would love to see Kane stay out his career, but we need to build a big team around him. And sometimes you need to, I feel like you just need to let that big superstar go so you can start
let the cherry and the bacon go and then just start.
Just starting from scratch again. Because as I say, if we get rid of the likes of Harry Kane, let's say Sonny can stay around, but Kane, Dyer, Lloris, like those are three big players that have been a part of our team over the past 10 years.
That's nearly the spine.
It's literally the spine of our squad that have been a part of all of our biggest failures. Because the last couple of years have been, although we've had some high moments, we've really had some real bad down moments. And those players have been a part of it. I don't really think that unless we bring in a lot of new players, I don't feel like Harry Kane's going to be the player to take us to a trophy. So potentially, yeah, I'd be open to letting him go for the right price.
Here's the problem, George. Here's the problem. Always, since 2008, when you started making top four regularly and being there and thereabout within the top six, it has been always a name that is there. It was Modric, and then Bale, Modric, and then Harry Kane is the one that took you. To be honest, to be a big club, you'll have to have a big name. Unless you're Liverpool, we're always there, because of the trophies that they won back in the days. But Tottenham, you don't have the history to back you globally. And you know, football is a global sport now. You need to be famous in Asia, America. Who is the name if Harry Kane leaves? Who is gonna buy the jersey? Who is gonna buy the T-shirt for Spurs?
Who's gonna be the leader of Tottenham? I feel like you still.
It's not the leader.
Again?
No, George. It's not the leader.
No. I know what you mean.
It's the face. You know what I mean?
No, but you say stars. I feel like you trying to underrate the stardom of him in Son like that. He's the biggest player in Asia.
I'm sorry, George. But here, I'm talking about here in America. For example, a lot of people here, Spurs fans, kids around, they buy Harry Kane jersey. You know what I mean? Everywhere you go in Asia, apart from Korea, people buy Harry Kane jersey. In Africa, in Egypt, people buy Harry Kane because Harry Kane, the captain, Harry Kane, like the big star, Harry Kane, the English player. You know what I mean? Who's gonna be that player?
Again,
this is try and create it, innit? Like they did that before.
And players get the opportunity to become that. And that's what I mean. Like when at Liverpool, just that like 10 years ago, we see when Suarez left them, everyone thought, oh, they're nothing without Suarez. The team's gonna fall apart. And then they're nothing without Coutinho. How are they gonna build up? And then they get their biggest superstar ever, Mo Salah. Where did he come from? It happens. You buy players and they become that superstar. And we need to give someone that opportunity because, as you said, whenever someone comes into that team, they know this is the Harry Kane team. This team's run by Harry Kane. When you get rid of a big superstar like that, it gives a lot of players the confidence to be like, I want to step up and be that player. And it might be a bit choppy at first, trying to find that superstar who's going to get us over the games, but we need to build a whole squad rather than build around one man because we've been doing that for far too long. It's just building the team around Harry Kane or trying to add players and just Harry Kane gets us over the line. When Harry Kane's gone, you're really going to see the level of this team and you're going to see where we're at. And I feel like if you build around a whole squad around that, then we can start to improve and start to step on. But
behind the scenes is important too. People need to remember that, like your recruitment, who's your scouts, like do you need to change the recruitment like background, and also what's happening to your like youth players? I don't really see or hear like you used to anyone. Is anyone coming through? Like what's going on with that?
Our under 18s just won the Premier League, man. They're doing all
Oh,
right.
is it? Okay, cool.
Sure, the under 18s, the under 23s are poor. They just, I think, scrape relegation. But the under 23 and the under 18s, I'm pretty sure the under 17s done very well this season over the past year.
The feature's right then. All right.
Under 18, Man City won it, man. And the academies, Man City won it both levels.
We might not be in the same league, I don't know. We won some. I know we won some the other day.
In the South League,
North and South split.
Yeah, I don't know whether in the South. Let me check because listen, the other thing is more. You're a fraud for saying that. Yeah, apparently people in Africa have the Harry Kane shirt. I swear to God, I've gone to Africa. I have never seen any. And if there's someone in Africa,
sorry, your Africa is different than my Africa,
bro. I have gone to Kenya.
This guy's, you know what it is? You're a hater, Hamza, because you was twerking.
I want to know about West Africa.
You're breaking your back for Harry Kane 2 seasons ago. You was breaking his back for Harry Kane.
Huh?
What? Dude, your Africa is different than my Africa. I'm talking North Africa. The Moroccans, to be honest, there's some fans for Spurs in Morocco and in Egypt a little bit because we had Hussam Ghali played for Spurs back in the days, like about 12 years ago. I think there is some, but not West Africa. But I get what you're saying. Spurs, I don't know, man. It's a tricky thing because everybody else is gonna move forward, and I don't think they're gonna move forward, to be honest.
What about Company? I forgot to.
What do you mean? Vincent Kompany.
Yeah, top manager.
He signed a new deal to 2028. So I think.
But why is Kompany a top manager? That's a scary narrative. Why is Kompany a top manager?
He isn't.
He top manager. You're good question.
How is he a top? From doing what?
Man City. This is the Man City like hype. This is the
so he's not a top manager. Chris Putin won the championship.
It's the PR of Man City. They are absolutely fantastic.
Let me say, Burnley have the highest apparently score.
Well, Marco Silva had a great season before in the championship.
Kompany's not a top manager, bro. Not yet.
You know, championship. You disrespect championship so bad, yeah. You know,
not me, bro. I've been it twice. I've seen it.
Okay. You know, how many points? Do you know how much? Guess how much?
Hamza, have you lived it as well?
Yeah, he's got 100 and something. I think we got more than him. Chris Hughton got more than him.
I'm dealing with Real Madrid now. I've left those guys in the past, man. But they've got 101 points. 101.
Yeah, and we had more, bro. Chris Hughton got more. Where is he?
Are you sure?
Yeah, but to be fair,
he did. Facts.
To be fair though, to be the highest scoring and he's got over 100 points in the championship, it don't make you a top manager, but it means you got potential.
He's done well, man.
Yeah, but no, that's a different narrative. But to say he's a top manager, I'm very careful with words. I keep hearing that like company top manager.
Burnley used to be what do we know Burnley? Burnley, we know that Stoke City, dirty, elbows, hoof the ball.
Yeah, change the philosophy, change it up.
Who used to sit here? Who used to sit here watching Burnley game? Put your hand up if you saw what Burnley.
Now you got about 5 laps.
Yeah, I saw that. And got battered, yeah.
Everyone watches. People watching Burnley. Apparently, he plays very beautiful football. Very beautiful. He's changed his style.
And loses 6 to Man City. It's all right.
Yeah,
and it's diverse now as well.
Well, Hamza, you chat so much shit, man. You build Hamza, you can build something out of nothing, bro. You are absolutely a legend in this game. You built this guy as he's the upcoming Luis Enrique thing.
You the promoter as Dana White, man. You need to get signed up.
Bro. So anyway, Cass put it really well. He said he has potential. He is good, but
that's the correct narrative. Yes,
it doesn't mean Spurs should get him and put all their hopes on Vincent Kompany succeeding at Spurs. Come on, just give me a break.
Yeah, the size of Burnley compared to the size of Tottenham is mental.
Kompany. If you're gonna sign Kompany, might as well go and get Gary Rowett. Why not?
That's Millwall manager.
Yeah. Now Millwall. I'm so glad they.
I don't know who's that.
They just missed that. Well, I know Gary Rowett or the Luton. What's the difference? The Luton manager. What's the difference? It's all namesakes, isn't it? That's what I believe. But anyway, that's my opinion.
Like Eddie Howe.
Anyway, let me.
Eddie Howe. Excuse me.
Switch gears a little bit up to Man City and about their Everton game. But let me correct myself. Yesterday, I said that. Yes, the ball went out yesterday, but VAR didn't have the images to do it, and they didn't have the technology to see if the ball went out or not. There was no angle that showed them VAR. There was no angle for VAR to see if the ball went out or not. So just to correct myself.
So how does ESPN have the technology?
Okay, so they built it. So ESPN, they built it through different cameras with technology. You can build it with a computer. But VAR, they don't have that technology for the sideline. Does that make sense? It's crazy, but it's the reality.
That happened as well when we scored. Cass, do you remember we scored and Henderson booted it out against, was it Spurs? Or Newcastle when the ball went out and it curved back in and the goal got given.
Oh,
when Henderson played, remember the ball went out in it, but West Ham. We played West Ham away last year, and Henderson booted it. The ball went out, curved back in. But
yes, I remember that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but anyway, the thing about it is that the ball went out. This is a fact. Man City was just lucky that the linesman didn't see it, and VAR didn't have the technology to do it. It's luck. Sometimes you get this lucky thing. You know what I mean?
There's no excuses. It should have the
technology. No, but they don't. Okay, let me just tell you something. In the Premier League, they don't have the technology for a semi-automated offside. That's on every club. That's not only on one club. It's on every club.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
I'm saying with the technology they've got, I'm saying why have they not got something in place that tells you
because they don't have the technology for all the lines. Guys, let me just explain to him. Let me respond to him. Because they only have the technology for the end line. They don't have it for the sidelines. They don't. They just don't.
Yeah, okay. I get that. But if it's possible to have it for goal line technology, surely you can put a chip in to run it across the line of the sidelines.
They do have the chip, but it doesn't beep for the sidelines. And it doesn't beep for the end of the line.
I get it, but I'm saying it's not hard for them to do this.
It's not. So maybe that's the situation that will make them do it next year.
Yeah.
Maybe that will be the situation.
I generally feel like
we say
Arsene Wenger said that they're gonna push for UEFA to do it next year, to know exactly where the ball went out in every part of the game.
I don't think it was that deep. It was barely.
You know what? Let me get.
But it was out, George. But it was.
Wait. Can I put a bit of defense in that? So, to my knowledge, though, the ball went out and it came back in. Camavinga, Real Madrid won the ball back, but they didn't call for no throw in. Camavinga gave the ball away anyways.
Exactly.
But the phase, correct. But the phase of play, they were still under pressure. That's the thing. You know what I mean? They were still under pressure, and it's like offside, guys. It's like offside when a defender clears the ball. Okay, it's still the same phase of play. Like Camavinga got the ball, tried to pass. They were under pressure, but anyway, it's only 40 seconds.
Wait, Mo. Let's put this narrative.
Only 40 seconds, guys. It's only 40 seconds.
If Real Madrid went to go and score that goal, let's say they made a phaser play from that. Is this conversation happening?
I think yes. I think it should be. Yes, I think. But again, it's only my opinion. I don't ref the game, and that's the final part is, and actually the verdict is, they didn't have the technology, so it doesn't matter. It's as people won games before they had the technology for the offside. They had the technology for penalty kicks. I'm just saying that Man City were a little bit lucky that went
No, we were not. No, we were not. Listen.
See, it's strange that you're saying this.
Let me say, I've seen. Do you remember there was a game here? Was it Brentford? That they showed the ball like it was out of the line from this angle, but from the top angle you could see part of the ball on the line. So listen. We can come up with this theory. I can get my little cousin to get a paper and draw a line with the balls out. Let's not play this game. It was done by BIN Sport. I don't care. It was done by BIN Sport. Listen,
so you was lucky then, innit?
I'm going to speak Arabic.
Wallahi, I'm going to start speaking Arabic. You're going to give me. Well done to BIN Sport Technology.
Wallahi, yeah.
One second. Well done first to BIN Sport Technology. Yeah, I don't accept that. Number two.
What about ESPN?
No, 1 second. The second thing I don't care about ESPN technology as well.
You don't care about anybody, bro. Your opinion.
Number two, they had the ball. Camavinga was a bottle job. He lost that. If I've played football and my guy's foul, the guy's got the ball. Play on. You got the ball. Don't stop them. Why do we have fans who complain? Football has changed into complainers. Stop complaining. Let the ball. We got beautiful football. Let the game flow. Otherwise, I'll blow the whistle every 5 seconds. So Camavinga's got the ball. He bottles the play. He loses.
Let's put side walls and let the ball never go out. Let's get the game flow.
Sorry, it's a goal. Make excuse as much as you want. VAR, whatever it is. Go and complain to BIN Sport. I can give you the complaint procedure to UEFA. The goal still stands. I don't care, and I'm happy.
Well, we'll see. We'll see when the decision goes against. We're gonna clip when the decision go against your club, and you're not being honest. We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
I've been cheated so many times. Well,
we're gonna see.
I've been cheated so many. Let me give you an example. Now you have to empathize. Sit down here. Liverpool, we played the Champions League. We scored onside goal with Leroy Sané. We've equalized. We're going through. Yeah, we just need one more goal. Guess what? Offside. We disallowed. Llorente's goal. Where's George? Llorente's goal in Etihad. Where did he hit him when he scored that goal?
It was like his slight arm, his thigh.
Yes, and it goes 90 degree bang goal. That's not allowed. We got cheated. We didn't complain. Yeah, we've been cheated so many times that for you guys to complain about
you remember the Llorente goal? You remember the Llorente goal and the offside on Aguero? You guys complained so much. If it was my club, I would have been the same. To be honest with you, people think that we're against a club. And I said it in the comments before, against Ty and Cass on a stream, I told them both that I think that the goal they scored against you guys were 100% offside.
I don't remember this. He's lying.
Oh, Rashford goal.
Rashford. You remember Ty? And I told you it's 100% offside.
We argued for a while.
Hamza, listen, I don't like if I'm convinced about something, I will do it. It's not against your club. And the people that say it's not confirmed that the ball went out, guys, the ball went out. Now it's about the phase of play. But anyway, long story short, it is what it is. It's
and
a
Madrid
beautiful
are going
goal
through.
And
They can't blow it from here. Madrid blow it from here. Oh my god!
Madrid blow it from here. Man City, you say?
Sorry, City blow it from here.
No, it's Madrid blow it too.
No, but anyway,
don't try to deflect the pressure, Hamza. You're playing.
Anyway,
Hamza, you
let me tell you, man. I know for a fact, yeah, their hatred. I've called them the mafia of football. Real Madrid, criminals or mafias of football. Manchester United, and the Liverpool. These are the mafia. Listen, Liverpool, Man United fans, they don't want me to win the Champions League.
Obviously not.
They are fighting for, obviously, it's understandable. Why is that? People asking, why is that? And it's an answer. When Man City win the first UCL,
you should be going through. What's your confidence right now?
With Man City win the first UCL, they will win a second UCL. They'll win a third UCL. They'll win a fourth UCL. They don't go away.
Answer the question. Answer the question.
Out of
Answer the question.
100%, what is your confidence right now of winning this Champions League? 1-1, take home the second leg. Go on, now be real. No one's gonna get
I'm very confident.
What, 90%?
I'm not gonna give a price. Listen. They're gonna come to an intimidating stadium, Etihad, in European nights where we don't lose.
I didn't mean to laugh at intimidating, but yeah.
No, we don't lose. Ask More told you. We don't lose in Etihad.
No, they
don't
lose.
You don't know. I get it. You don't lose. Sorry, I just laugh because intimidating. I don't think it's City, but you don't lose. I respect.
I know, but we've beaten Madrid twice easily. We've thumped Football Heritage in our stadium. We've thumped them. That little boy.
Hamza, I'm actually putting pressure on City. You don't have to win the Champions League this year. You have to win it. It won't be easier next year. You have to win it.
Listen,
I think it'll be more. They can still definitely win it next year, but it will be harder next year. I think the competition.
I think it will be embarrassing if Real Madrid loses the chance. If Real Madrid gets knocked out,
what? What are you saying?
He's trying to flip the script. This is what they do, man. This is what they do. And this is what we see from.
It's embarrassing if Real Madrid don't win the Champions League. Explain how it's embarrassing if Real Madrid don't win the Champions League.
Listen, if I'm the world champion, if I'm the defending champion, if I'm the belt holder, if I'm the greatest boxer of all time, and I get beaten by a little kid that's never had a belt, never had anything, the guy that we mock all the time, and he knocks out the greatest boxer of all time. The greatest Muhammad Ali of boxing is Real Madrid. The Michael Jordan of football is Real Madrid. If I dunk on that guy, we'll have to have a conversation.
Is they're building up the context.
You know what? Man United fans, let me tell you something.
You're building up the context to try and make it look better when you win it. That's all you're trying to do.
Facts, man.
He's already. This is the thing with Hamza. He does this time and time again. He's done the same thing with Arsenal this season. He said it's absolutely embarrassing if Arsenal lose it. If they drop points and we pick up and we win it over them, this is one of the best Premier League wins. Are you seeing this Arsenal team? This Arsenal team, they're better than Liverpool. This is the type of stuff he's going to come out with.
Yeah, Hamza definitely works in sales.
He's trying to build up and make what Man City do a massive accomplishment. When City, this is 3 or 4 years late that they've won the Champions League. You should have done this years ago, my friend. And you winning it this season, beating a good Real Madrid team, but not the best Real Madrid team. It's a team that's going a bit like they're still going through a bit of. No one really expected them to make it this far.
Yeah, they're stale now. They've gone stale a bit.
Literally, if you go in the final, anything but a loss, anything but a win is an absolute failure because you're playing against AC Milan or Inter Milan. So really and truly, you just need to get over this hurdle, put the pressure on the team, Hamza. You know that you've got a better team than them. You have to win this game because you're playing at home, and then you have to go and win it. There's no excuse, and it's not you've beaten the great Real Madrid. You beat a young Real Madrid.
And you know what, George? I want to ask him as well. Say the young lion that you're calling yourselves, Hamza, take over the Muhammad Ali's you're calling Real Madrid. It's an embarrassment if Real Madrid don't win it this year. So you're going to say next season it's an embarrassment if you don't defend it, right?
Yeah, the standards of my football club is much higher. If I win it this year, I want it next year. I'm hungry for more.
Is it an embarrassment if you don't win it?
Yes, we want to win the second one, and it's call us an embarrassment because I don't want to be Man United. I don't want to win 1 year 98, 99. Then wait for another 10 years or something to win the champion. Or Liverpool 70s. I'm being honest. That's the standard of a football club that we're raising. We want to win trophies every year. And if we don't win the Champions League next year, we have to set the standard. That's why Real Madrid win it. They set that standards of their football club. We must win the major trophies.
I don't mind. You're putting pressure on your club. I respect it. I don't mind.
That's what Man City is. It's a football club that we've grown. I know you guys believe we're arrogant. You hate the fact that we're arrogant so quick, but we're just hungry for success. We want to win the Champions League. The first one is always hard. Once we win the first one, I promise you, Lord, we're coming back against Real Madrid again, against in the final, because the confidence is gone. Now we've been there, we've won it. This is easy. We've done it before. There's no need to panic about this. But this year, that's why we're panicking a bit. But we're underdogs still.
Can I ask a question now? Because I know Cass and Ty have been very smart this stream. We're about to end very soon. I know it's coming to the end soon. And they thought they could just drag out all this other conversation.
Not really.
So
not
we don't
really.
swing it over to
I got
Manchester
5
United.
minutes. Yeah, I was going to talk.
We don't swing it over to their side, and we get to
do Man United now. Do Man United now. I got 5.
We get to talk about the team that I've been warning. Cass, how many times did I tell you in January? The season don't start. And top 4 challenge, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel playing 2 games a week, and it's gonna catch up to you.
Fair, but George,
I did remember. I told you time again. And Vingrid, look, it's injuries that caught up to you, and it's suspensions, and it's just not having people around, not having the best players available, and mistakes, and 0 wins in 4 games. 0 wins in 4 games, and you're almost giving it up to your worst rivals. There'd be nothing worse than losing top 4 against Liverpool. What are you telling me, man? Are you guys going to
top 4 games? It's 3 games, but what can I say? Really, I'm still confident in like Liverpool got 0 pressure on them, and I understand that they're hunting for it and everything. But when you say, "What did I tell you?" Bro, we can all do that though, George. Didn't it? You said a lot of shit this season, bro.
Of course,
and you've been caught out
Man United now, though.
Yeah, but on Man United and Liverpool situation, the fact that we got Wolves at 3 o'clock on a Saturday doesn't bother me. Liverpool probably who they got again? Leicester? Is it Leicester?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna win that as well. Newcastle is just like I think the conversation might spin. The conversation can spin so quickly after this weekend, so quickly. But I'm not personally worried. Obviously, Liverpool have been doing this for time. No one expected Liverpool to come back like this. 6 wins on the bounce, right? 6 wins on the bounce.
Yeah.
They're on a good run of form. But if you used to ask me at the same time, have any of those Liverpool performances been really convincing the last few games? No, not really. Not at Anfield, anyways. But they still get the job done, right? But it's the same thing with Man United. It's like we can flip that narrative. No matter how or what somebody does at Old Trafford, we get the job done. Do we not?
Yeah, do you know what, Cass? I'm going to be real with you.
And that's for me. That's just my fact. I'm not going to lie on this show and tell people like Maradona and even them, man, who support Liverpool that I'm not worried at all. Of course I am, bro. It's human nature to be worried. Like City fans are worried about Everton this weekend. It's nature. Human nature, bro, to be worried. But right now, I'm questioning more Newcastle than my own team at the moment.
Yeah, and I actually, do you know what? I'm with you. Cass, I'm with you. I'll be honest with you. Like, as much as they're only 1 point behind George, because of the fixtures we've got, I'm still confident. When you're saying it's Fulham at home, when you're saying it's Wolves at home, when you're saying it's Chelsea at home, which I know Chelsea on their day can turn up, and then it's Bournemouth who are going to be safe away. On our day, we should be beating Bournemouth. So really, when I'm looking at them 4 fixtures, we're allowed to drop points in one of them games. We can lose one of them games. We can win 3 of them. So for me, if the fixtures are harder, I'll be sitting saying to you, George, do you know what? We're under pressure. If we don't beat Wolves on Saturday and we're on rivals together on Sunday, it's a different conversation. I will be worried. But I think that we can get through these games. 3 out of the 4. If we blow it, it's a big bottle, by the way. I'm talking like
biggest bottle job compared to Arsenal. It'll be the biggest.
I don't want to do that comparing thing because they have bottled it. We haven't yet. So you know what I mean.
You guys have been mocking Arsenal. You guys are hypocrites, man.
We haven't bottled it yet, Hamza. We're not hypocrites because we're still in top. Hamza, where are we in the table?
No, we're saying if you don't make the top 4.
Well then, we haven't done it yet. No, I don't want to talk about it.
No, but if it doesn't happen,
we'll talk about that if it happens. But right now, I'm comfy in my top 4 seat, believing because of the fixtures we've got, George, we can still make top 4. If we don't, then it's going to be a big problem.
I was just working it out. So if Liverpool win all their 3 games, and you guys get 2 wins and 2 draws, they still finish above you. So pretty much you need 3 wins.
That's what I said. We could just drop points in 1 game. Just put it in that way. Drop points in 1 game. That's it.
3 wins in 4 games is still like looking at your current form, the way that you're missing some players. It's still a hard feat. Like it's not going to be.
But the difference is this is the big thing for Man United right now. Our home form has been the best thing this season. Our away form has been crap. The away form is the last game against our last away game is against Bournemouth, which I think we can beat them. That's quite a kind game if you put it that way. Our home form, Chelsea, Wolves, Fulham. Wolves and Fulham are on the beach already. They've done their job. And Chelsea are just Chelsea. They might grind out a draw or whatever. However, the Man United home form, I believe, can get us through. The difference psychologically going into this game is that with the home games this season, it's been like what me and Cass said. We could finish top 5. We could finish top 6. We want a trophy. So every home game, you're kind of going in and saying, okay, it'll be nice if we win today. You want to enjoy it. Now, we're actually going into our home games now with you must win. And that's a different mentality. Obviously, our home form has been great, but that's without the pressure. how will the players now deal with home games when you have to win? And that's what we'll find out on Saturday. So it's going to be interesting, man. I've got to be real.
Big game. You're not big game for you guys, man. I think you will do it, but
I'm gonna break the curse. I'm on DR on Saturday. Yeah, 3 o'clock.
Oh, I just thought about that.
Wait, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about your track record still.
You're actually thinking about on the curse.
Cass, do not be talking at half time.
No. Actually,
No
we're at home. No, you're at home.
You
We're at
have
home.
a
We're at
very
home.
bad-
You've only done away games.
Exactly, bro. It's not bro. Like I said to people, if you support Man United or whatever, yeah, my PayPal is open. My PayPal is open. Now the money's gone up, so I need 175 in my bank account, innit? If people want it, if rivals, if you want me to go in there, you know, I'm still gonna go in there regardless. But if you want to chip in, be my guest.
That should be all right. All right, you man, I've got to make a move, man.
Yeah. Well, probably gonna close it now, anyways.
Okay. Make sure you like it. Make sure you like up the ting, people. Don't hand down Cass too much because trust me, we're still getting top 4. But now, George, Hamza, big up. Mo, I'll shout you out in a bit. I've just got a chip, all right? Big up.
It's a super chat.
yeah, AC Milan Inter, big game today, man. Big game.
All right.
Yeah, I was thinking Mo froze for ages.
Yeah, Gio says, Mo, why?
No, I'm not. I'm actually working I'm sorry on the side. I'm working my watch along. Like
He said, Mo, why are you looking nervous? You should be happy Leao is out for the game today.
I'm actually not nervous. If we don't win today, it's an absolute failure and it's a disgrace. It's absolutely a disgrace. Without Rafael Leao, we are absolutely 100% favorites, and Milan should not have a sniff. Should not have a sniff in this game.
Who's the lineup for AC Milan?
Huh?
Who are they playing? What's their form? Who's playing for Rafael Leao?
Salamakers, which is nobody. We shouldn't be even get trouble. Like, we should finish the tie now, today. I think we should just at least get a 2-goal lead and just get it done. Over. There is no excuse. Rafael Leao is not playing. It's over. It's done.
I'm praying for Diaz, man. Diaz.
Like if we don't win it, we're failures.
Like big time.
Like, come on. I'm not gonna do the humble thing against Milan. Even with Leao, we're favorite, but without the guy, there is no chance. It's like Real Madrid without Vinny Jr. No chance.
But are you not scared for Brahim Diaz?
No, I'm not. No, these are rookish. These are rookish. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Like, no.
Don't use this game, Mo, because we'll be doing a stream otherwise.
It's all right, man. Listen, I'm not. I'm not. Hide. I don't hide, but you come.
You're not even home or away.
Home.
Doesn't matter.
You're not away. You play at the same stadium.
Oh, they're in AC Milan.
This is normal.
It's we're away, but it doesn't matter. There's no away goal. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
I know, but I'm saying you play at the same ground, so.
Yeah, so it doesn't.
There's no.
Does it mean like there's more Inter fans in the stadium today? Then is that all it means?
No. There's more Milan fans because of the season
Milan
ticket
fans.
holders.
That's what I mean, like they get the full allocation.
They get 70% or something, or 80%. So.
Mo, what's your prediction?
Now without Leao, at least 3-1 or even 2-0.
Lukaku and Lautaro playing?
No, Lukaku's not starting, so which is kind of strange.
Martinez
and Dzeko somehow.
Dzeko's good, yeah. He's
people ask me, would you prefer Madrid or City? I don't want to face Man City. Man City will destroy both Milan clubs.
So that's why I want to go final.
Like there is no way. I don't think there is a chance for the both Milan. Like, it's just reality. I'm not gonna say it's the reality. I think the way Man City play, they should be able to destroy both.
That might be one of the biggest final blowouts we've seen in a long time.
Well, we can't.
It might, but like Real Madrid, if Inter or AC Milan play Real Madrid, I will fancy much more. My chances way more than if I play Man City. Way more. But we need to get the job done first today. Anyway, it is what it is. So, thank you. I gotta go.
Yeah, right. Play fast, man. Everton game, big game, man. Weekend, big for City, man. Like literally, the biggest game. They need to rush players, man. It's the biggest one that Pep Guardiola has to think about this game very closely, man. Gundogan's tired. Rodri's tired.
I'm tired.
Who do you play?
No one, because I'm tired. So can I end it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Guys, I appreciate it. We might be back later. I doubt it. But yeah, man, smash the like on the way up if you don't mind. Leave a comment as soon as this stream finishes as well, even if it is just say leave a comment as F1 does or others do. I don't care. Just leave a comment. But yeah, man, and you heard that right. I'm gonna be on DR. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream now, and I'm gonna go eat food. I need to go do a lot of stuff. I need to wash. I need to do a lot of stuff. So I'm tired. So in a bit, good luck, and hopefully, Inter Milan best win, because I have no hope in AC Milan even in any sort of final. So, is what it is. They suck. Be in a bit.